Hi, I'm David Camino, a partner here at Inman Camino. Today I wanted to talk a little bit more about arbitration, specifically the advantages of arbitration. And arbitration does have several advantages. The first one, and maybe the most important, is that it can be a lot faster than a trial, especially a jury trial. Jury trials, I generally tell my clients, especially now with the courts being behind, they can take up to a year after the pretrial conference, which itself can be a year after the case is filed. Generally, an arbitration can be held within just a couple of months of the agreement to arbitrate. So that's a major advantage to a lot of my clients. Another advantage to arbitration is that they can be cheaper. Because arbitrators are experts at what they do, we don't really need to bring in doctors or other experts to testify on behalf of the parties. The arbitrators can read those records themselves and understand what's going on. So we don't need people to explain what's going on, and that can really reduce the costs, especially as compared to a jury trial. The third major advantage to arbitration is that you can be creative with arbitration. So for example, you can impose guidelines. If the arbitrator comes back with less than a certain number, then you can say that the defendant will pay at least that number. But if the arbitrator comes back with more than a specific number, then you can say that the defendant only has to pay that number. That limits the exposure of both parties, but still gives you some idea of some variability in the middle of those two numbers. That's called a high-low agreement. The fourth major advantage of arbitration over trial, especially over jury trials, is that they're less likely to be crazy verdicts on either side or the other. Arbitrators have been doing this for a long time, so you're not likely to get a verdict that's completely against the plaintiff or completely against the defendant. The arbitrator is likely to know a little more about what a reasonable amount is for a given case. Again, I'm David Camino with the law firm of Inman Camino. If you have any questions about arbitration or any other legal matters, please give me a call.